Fast Pass. I said I was going to talk about Fast Pass, but I didn't. Fast Pass. When you have your... I put it back in my bag. When you have your park ticket, like this thing, you carry it around in a holder like this guy. Put it in a pocket in the back here. And usually you just carry it around with you like this. If you don't have ears in the way, you carry it around with you like this. And near the super famous rides like Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, Buzz Lightyear, near the, Honey Hunt is another one, Splash Mountain, near the rides that get super crowded with super long lines, they have machines for Fast Pass passes that you can stick this thing into. And you get a ticket with a span of time on it. And if you come back later during that span of time on your Fast Pass, then you can get in a shorter, quicker line during that span of time. So what you can do is go to a Fast Pass machine on one ride, take that Fast Pass, and then get in the normal line for another ride, because you can only get one of these Fast Pass passes at a time. You can't go to all the fast rides and get like one for each ride. You have to get a Fast Pass for one ride and then use it on that ride before you get a Fast Pass for another ride. So what you can do, since the time span for which you'll get the Fast Pass, the time span you can use the Fast Pass will be much later, you can get the Fast Pass, use that time to wait in line, the normal line, for another ride, and when you're done with that normal ride, you can go straight back to the ride where you got the Fast Pass and get in the fast line. So that's the most efficient way to use Fast Pass. What else? Rides, particular rides. Star Tours was a big surprise this past time around because there was no waiting time. They have the 6 shuttles that people can get into. These 6 basically robotically controlled movie theaters that people could get into. At the peak, they have 6 that they can run at any given time. When I went there, they were only running 2. And there was no waiting line. What else? Pirates of the Caribbean. 10 years ago, I could swear to God, or even just a few years ago, I could swear to God they had the pirates speaking in Japanese. Now, it's all English, and Johnny Depp shows up all over the place, which is strange. They have characters from the movie showing up all over the place, which was not the case just a few short years ago. Let's see. Pirates of the Caribbean and Star Tours are never crowded. They're 5-minute waiting lines the whole day. Star Tours had no waiting line at all. Pirates of the Caribbean also had no waiting line. What else? Splash Mountain was busy during the day, but once it got into nighttime, when it was a little chilly, a little cold, then during the day Splash Mountain was about, what, like 60 minutes? Or at least that was the posted time. The actual time you spend waiting in line is always a little less than the posted time. And by the way, I recommend that you bring along like Othello or some sort of little board game with magnetic pieces that you can play with someone else in line, or a Nintendo DS or a PSP, something you can play with in line while you're waiting, because just waiting in line sucks, so it helps to have something to kill time in line. Where was I? Yes, Splash Mountain. 60 minutes during the day. Once it gets past like 6 or 7 p.m., then the wait time shortens to around 5 minutes, just because it gets colder and dark, and Splash Mountain you get just a little bit wet at the end, the big drop at the end. So Splash Mountain is one ride that gets really fast at night. Thunder Mountain seemed to have a long line late into the evening. Space Mountain's line went from 45 minutes at peak to around 25 minutes after 7 p.m., after 7 or 8 p.m. So those lines get shorter as the day goes on. Thunder Mountain seemed to stay long, but hopefully I'll find out tomorrow if that's actually the case. What else? Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain. Honey Hunt's another one that gets long lines. And those are all the specifics for rides that I can think of. Buzz Lightyear is one I wanted to ride but didn't get to this past time. Maybe I'll get a chance. Let's see. They had some killer musical acts just right around, what is it? Is it called Tomorrowland? I don't know what it's called now. But anyways, around Space Mountain, they had some killer percussion acts when I was there. They had like some sort of marching band with the drummers and percussionists on these rolling stages that, well, anyways, I went there for the rides, but I was just impressed by the level of the music there. I mean, you run into these random musical performances that just blow your mind. I mean, I'm like a half-assed drummer, and these guys just impressed the hell out of me, because you had like 4 or 5 different percussionists all banging away, and there was no like little earpiece for like a metronome, so they were all keeping in perfect time without any outside artificial influence, without any visible conductor. So that impressed the hell out of me. What else? Oh right, the churros. Churros are yummy, except the, what is it, the honey lemon churros in, what is it, Tomorrowland, near Buzz Lightyear and the racetrack and Space Mountain, that area. The churros stand there, the hachimitsu lemon, the honey lemon churros, those are nasty. Stay away from those. Look for, what is it, maple churros, those are good. Caramel popcorn is good. Shoyu butter popcorn is, I didn't like it so much. Some folks might like it, but I didn't like it so much. Caramel popcorn is the way to go. And, what is it, maple churros are the way to go. Hachimitsu lemon churros should be avoided. And, what is this? Grapefruits, vinegar, and milk. Barely drinkable, but, So hopefully that's a quick strategy guide that you can use for going to Disneyland or making the most out of your trip to Disneyland. And hopefully I've got this down into inside of 10 minutes, and if it's not inside of 10 minutes, then I guess I'm going to squash it somehow, speed it up a bit, and make it fit inside of 10 minutes. So, Tolokyo, Wizleet, that Japanese girl, see you at Tokyo Disneyland tomorrow. I'll be twittering the whole time, so anyone who's in the area or thinking of going to Tokyo Disneyland, drop on by. And let's see if we can get a few runs down Splash Mountain together. See y'all tomorrow.